My brother and I, we were striving all the time to present the community in a good light.
They had a conscious effort of showing the positive aspects of Harlem, to show some of the activity that included the normalcy of the Harlem life, not necessarily all of the negative images that have been portrayed.
M. Smith Studios, where hardworking folks were gloriously photographed not by magic, but by light and laughter, where the finger on the shutter was that of someone who saw the beauty clear and cared that the camera saw it too.
The entrance to the studio was here at this door. On each side of the door we had a display counter, a display case where we had the photographs. That is the stairway, which is marble, and white marble, and it has brass handrails to go up to the second floor.
You'd see people stopping on the street. This was down on 125th Street, and people would stop and look at the photographs. They changed them regularly. And sometimes they'd have a large photograph of one person, or maybe they might have 8 by 10 photographs of different, subjects.
In Harlem at the time, the studio was located near the Apollo Theater and located on the second floor. Walking into the studio now, had subdued lighting, beautiful photographs on the wall, because at that time, many of our leading black stars were photographed by the Smith brothers.
I just remember it as a very warm, wonderful world to be in, because the people who were on the wall were people I'd seen in the movies. Downstairs they showed photographs of people like Marian Anderson and Bill Robinson, Billy Eckstine, all of these people that I had seen in the movies.
And when I first determined that I was going to have my picture taken and walking up the steps, it felt like you were perhaps in Hollywood.
When you looked at the marble steps and the brass railings, it had a touch of class, and you thought you were going someplace when you went up those steps. It was a stop-off place for many people who came to 125th Street, and they would come up to the Smith Studios to lounge and to see us and to chat.
It was busy. It was a busy, busy studio, and people just dropped in. It was sort of like a meeting place for people. They would all come just to say hello.
So I would see Joe Louis always going there, Adam Clayton Powell, Nat King Cole. You would see all the celebrities going, because they were celebrity, because they were one of the top photographers of Harlem.
Hi, darling. When the people came in, the reception would receive them and show them the samples and give them the prices. During that time, a receptionist many times was the retoucher and also the makeup person. They did many things, but they were nice young ladies, and Lady Sarah Lou Harris was one of them.
I mean, so every day was so exciting. I would know from one day to the other what exciting person would be coming in. I remember someone I was so impressed with, this wonderful man, W.C. Handy, who wrote St. Louis Blues. He came in, and I was so thrilled to meet him. Sometimes they were celebrities, sometimes they were just people from the community.
Looking at the images that they created, the range, starting with the portraits, their portraits were emblems to them of race pride. That when they took a photograph of W.B. Du Bois or of Langston Hughes, they wanted to show the men at work, within their environment, and also they wanted to make a sensitive portrait of the individuals. They were really interested in a, quote, true photograph. What it would take to create, through the lighting, through the lens, through the right way of making a portrait. They were concerned about creating that kind of story. They weren't concerned about making this person another image, another person, but making that person that they photographed the real person. The children, of course, looking at their images of children, that they were concerned about the family pride and sharing this new pride or joy that the family is introduced into the family. Looking at photographers such as Morgan and Marvin, and filmmakers and recordists such as Morgan and Marvin, is that they were always there. They weren't there as hired help or on contract with a major newspaper or a radio station or a TV station, but that they were actually actively involved with a moment. They were participants, but they were also observers.